Hey guys, it's time for a little bonus session on how to shoot a gun. You know, when I think of the life of the average boy growing up playing cowboys and Indians, cops and robbers, shooting pop guns, Nerf guns, cap guns, squirt guns, even BB guns, is it any wonder we're fascinated with guns? But to be honest, I've never actually shot a gun in my life until recently. The good news is I didn't shoot my eye out, but I did gain an understanding for man's fascination with the weapon. That's why I'm so excited to bring in the big gun today, my good friend and sharpshooting expert, Brad Jones. How's it going, Brad?
Very well, thank you.
Hey, Brad, why don't you share with us a little bit about your history and fascination with guns?
Well, I grew up with guns. My dad was a big hunter. My brother and I hunted with him all the time. Started shooting BB guns when I was just a little kid, and then got into 22s, and then I bought my very first gun that I purchased myself. As a 12-gauge shotgun before my first deer season when I was 13. And now I've got my own business, even building rifles, so I've really got into it and enjoy the lifestyle.
This guy knows what he's talking about. Well, usually we go right into teaching mode, but I thought we'd start off with a few safety tips so we don't jump the gun, so to speak. Are you up for that?
I am. Let's
do it.
Rule number 1, treat every gun as if it is loaded. See, I've cleared the weapon, there's no ammunition in the chamber, and we're safe to do some demonstrations. Rule number 2, never point your weapon at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Rule number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on target and you're prepared to shoot. As you can see, as I draw my weapon, my finger is along the slide until I am up and in shooting position, and then my finger will go into the trigger guard, onto the trigger, and press the trigger. Rule number 4, know your target and what's beyond it. As you can see in this case, we're at the range today. Our target is a standard FBI silhouette target. Beyond it is an excellent barricade to keep any bullets from leaving the range and entering someone's house or vehicle.
Wow, those are great safety tips, Brad. Hey, let's get down to the fun stuff. Can you teach me how to shoot a gun?
Sure thing.
Let's do it.
All right, let's start from the beginning. There are a couple of different types of handguns, but today we're going to be shooting a semi-automatic. So we have to load the magazine with the bullets so that we can fire. First step is to put the back down, press down on the spring, slide it in with your thumb. Now, I can continue to load the magazine that way, or I have this handy tool. It's called the speed loader. Alright, now this magazine holds 15 rounds, but I think you get the idea. Insert the magazine, the bullets facing down the barrel end, into the bottom of the gun, the opening. Push it forward and seat it hard so that magazine is seated fully. Then you're going to pull the slide back and release it, and now we have a round chambered and your weapon is prepared to fire. Next step, how to grip a gun. As you can see, my finger is on the slide and off the trigger. You want to wrap the 3 fingers of your strong hand around the grip with your thumb up. Then take your support hand, wrap it around your strong hand, both thumbs up along the slide of the gun. Next step, proper stance. Just like in golf, your feet play an important part of shooting. You want your feet about shoulder width apart, legs slightly bent, and a firm athletic stance, so that no matter where you turn, you've got a firm, solid foundation. Next step, where to put your finger on the trigger so that you can control the weapon. When you're placing your finger on the trigger, you want the trigger to be right about here on the pad of your finger. You don't want to be up on the tip, you don't want to be down here in the crook, you want to be right here in the middle of the pad. About right there, so that when you pull the trigger back, you pull it straight back without moving the gun. Next, we're going to discuss sight alignment. As you can see, on most handguns, you've got a 3-dot system. You've got 2 dots on the rear, 1 dot on the front. You want to get the front sight lined up in this slot between these 2 dots. Your eye focus should be on the front sight. That's why we call it front sight focus. Okay, Now it's time for the fun stuff. Let's get to shoot. First thing we're gonna do, put in our ear protection, put on our eye protection, proper stance, proper grip, sights are aligned, and that is how you shoot a gun.
Wow, pretty amazing. I think the only thing left to do is give this thing a shot myself. I don't want to brag or anything, but typically I'm a pretty quick learner at this type of thing. I think the gun's crooked or something.
No. It's not that easy.
So not with the sights off like that.
It's not off.
Hot shot. Hey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. And we'll see you next time for another installment of Manly Moments.